What's up YouTube? This is Badass Review here and I'm back with another review. This time I'm continuing my week of Superman figure reviews, and this time I'm looking at the DC Universe Classics Supergirl from the 2-pack of Kryptonian Chaos or something like that. This came in the 2-pack, like I said. It's called Kryptonite Chaos, my bad. It came out quite a while ago. It was probably one of the least sought out 2-packs. This was just a repaint, reuse of the same figure that came out with the DC Universe, or DC Superheroes line. And it came with the DC Superheroes, Lex Luthor in his, like, kryptonite armor, or whatever you want to call it. But, actually I like this figure quite a bit. It's got some pretty nice detail in the hair and in her face. And I think the flesh tone on her is really nice, and the colors overall are really good, and she's got some sculpting on her chest where the S is, so that's pretty cool. And she's got sculpting down here on her boots where her boot is, and right here on her wrist. She kind of reminds me of the New 52 Superman figure that came out, because the new Superman has the same little like wrist things right here. They're sculpted. Her boots are sculpted just like his, and the chest, it doesn't bulge out, but it's kind of indented in, I guess. Like the S actually has lines that they actually like etched into the suit, and her little collar right here is sculpted as well, which is really cool. Her cape is it's molded in a way to make it look like she's standing in a huge gust of wind, as if she was like in Kansas and like a huge tornado came in and she just decided to like stare at a tornado as it was coming by, which is kind of the downside of this figure. Like, that's how her hair and her cape permanently are, so it kind of always just looks like she's like standing with her hair being blown around. And another real downside is that, like, she can't move her head up very much, so when you try to put her in a flying pose, it's kind of weird. I mean, you kind of have to, like, position her in a way. I mean, there's really no way you can do it. She doesn't have an ab crunch either, which is what she kind of suffers from. So really what it is kind of like something where she kind of just stands there to look good, but she doesn't really have anything going on for her. But the articulation's not that bad, but it is pretty much limited due to the sculpt and other aspects of her, which I will go over in just a sec. We have more sculpting down here. Well, I wouldn't say it's sculpted, it's just that this is like a separate piece from her body. She has like sculpted in abs, looks pretty good. And her legs are pretty much just the reuse of all the older and previous female bodies that DC uses. Actually, this is probably one of the more, like, this mold was out first, so it is kind of like the first of the female molds, but it's a bit different because it has ball jointed legs, I think. It's kind of hard to say. Yeah, I think they're ball jointed. It's hard to tell. The skirt kind of gets in the way, but it is, I think it is pretty nice compared to the female bodies that come out now, or the legs anyways, but obviously a lot of the characters don't have this small of legs, so it is a bit different and weird on her, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's go over articulation. Like I said, her head cannot move up or down, which is also typical for Mattel figures because they are pretty notorious for not being able to look up, but she can rotate her head 360 degrees. Her arms can go in and out, rotate 360 degrees, and she's got very, very thin arms, so you gotta watch out for that. Like, that was one of the things with DC superheroes, well, basically just with like females, is like they have such skinny arms that like they could easily just break off, and you gotta watch out for that. But this seems like it was put together pretty stiffly, so I think Mattel you know, improved upon the mold and made it stronger so it wouldn't break as easy. But it does rotate at the bicep, single joint at the elbow, rotation in the wrist. She has 2 fists, which is fine because she doesn't hold anything anyways, and she didn't come with anything to hold, so that's fine. That's how I prefer my Superman characters, is with fists, because they usually do a lot of punching and not grabbing onto things. She has a upper diaphragm waist swivel thing. Well, I guess it's not a waist, but she swivels at the lower part, or the upper part of her stomach. And if I turn her around real fast, you can see there's more detail on the back here. It's just really nice detail throughout, really, the entire figure. And I didn't really show off her hair too much, but it does look pretty good, and I don't know why my lighting's so weird. But as you can see, it's like a nice kind of golden brown, or golden blonde color with some dirtiness in it, so it's kind of a dirty blonde, I guess. It's coming up a little bit more yellow than it should be, but that's alright. Anyways, let's go on to articulation again. She does not rotate at the lower part, or at her waist, but that's okay because that's what the point of this is. There'd be no sense in having it twist 2 different ways. Her legs are hindered by her skirt, which really kind of sucks. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could like take a knife and kind of cut up on the sides here to give the legs a little bit more room to move, but they are on ball joints, as I said, so they can go forward and back and in and out, and they rotate 360 degrees. But like I said, the skirt gets in the way, so it is difficult to get articulation. So and then she bends at the knee here, and then she bends at the foot, and then there's no other articulation other than that. I'm not sure why my camera is changing colors on me all over the place. It's going from good picture to like a weird sun, like it's like the sun's coming in and it's kind of weird, so I'm not sure what's going on. But there are several different versions of this. There's the one, I don't know if it's the same Supergirl, I can't remember, but it's the one that's in Justice League Unlimited, where she's wearing the white attire and she's got different boots and white gloves. You can get that one. I think the sculpting is exactly the same. She's just a repaint, and I think the head's different and the cape, so you can actually get a Supergirl that has a better head sculpt. Like, I wouldn't say better, but it has a different head sculpt, and I don't think the hair does this same crazy thing along with this cape. But it is a really nice figure. And like I said, there are different versions that you could probably get that have different sculpts. I'm not really sure how many, but I'm sure if you just go on eBay and look up like DC Supergirl or something like that, you'll find it. Here she is next to Superman. As you can see, he is taller than her, which is good because she's a female, and females have smaller bodies than the male figures usually do. And yeah. So I really do like this figure. It just needs some improvements, and I'm sure Mattel's probably going to make up like a new 52 Wonder or Supergirl sometime at some point. I'm not sure, but I'm sure at some point we'll get another one. But for now, this is probably the best one that you could probably get. But that's just me, and I mean, if you have another opinion, you can tell me. I don't. Either way, it's anyone's opinion, but that is that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and check out my other reviews for Superman and all that good stuff, and check out my upcoming reviews that I'm going to be doing throughout the rest of the week, and that'll be good. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.